What if the reason people are suddenly drawn to you, staring longer, speaking softer, reacting stronger, isn't a coincidence, but a reflection of the power you've stepped into without even realizing it? You've probably noticed the shift. The way people respond to you has changed, even when you're saying nothing at all. There's a tension in the air when you walk into a room. People turn their heads, conversations pause, and it's not just politeness, it's something deeper. They're feeling something in your presence that's hard to describe, but impossible to ignore. You didn't ask for this attention. You didn't chase it. But now, it's here. And what's more important than receiving that energy is understanding what it means and what to do with it. You've become someone whose energy speaks louder than words. You no longer have to try to be seen or heard. People are drawn to you now, not because of how you look, or what you say, or even what you do. They're drawn to something deeper, something they feel but can't explain. And often, it's not even something they understand in the moment. They just know they feel different when you're near. And for many of them, that feeling is powerful, sometimes even overwhelming. Especially women. You've probably seen the signs. The way their energy shifts in your presence, the way their tone softens, or their body language changes. Some lean in, some act nervous, some compete silently for your attention. They might not say it out loud, but something about you now pulls on a part of them that isn't guided by logic. It's instinctive. They feel it in their bodies, in their breath, in their pulse. This isn't surface level attraction. It's not about impressing. It's not even about seduction. It's a natural, magnetic response to who you've become. But with this attention comes something bigger than desire. It comes with responsibility, the presence you've built, the energy you now carry. It has weight. It affects people. It influences them. It stirs emotions and brings out parts of them they didn't know were there. And that's where your real test begins. Because power, when used blindly, can create chaos. But power, when used with wisdom, can create peace. And right now, you have to decide which kind of man you're going to be. Many men, when they reach this place of magnetism, let their ego take over. They get intoxicated by the attention. They start feeding off it. They let it make their decisions. They chase the high of being wanted and forget the weight of being responsible. They don't notice how their presence is leaving people confused, insecure, competitive. They think being fought over means they're valuable. But all it really means is that they've let their power become unregulated. Their presence has turned into a storm, and they've lost the ability to calm it. That's not your path. You've come too far to become just another man addicted to being desired. You're not here to chase validation. You're here to lead. And the way you do that is by staying grounded even when the energy around you becomes intense. By staying clear even when emotions run high. By remembering that just because someone wants your energy doesn't mean they're ready to receive it. And just because someone is pulled toward you doesn't mean they belong close to you. The real mark of mastery is not in how many people chase you. It's in how calm your presence feels even in the middle of chaos. It's in how safe people feel around you, not how obsessed they become. The man who truly understands his energy does not allow his life or games. He doesn't sit back while people fight over him. He makes it clear through the way he moves, the way he speaks, the way he chooses, that his space is not something to be won. It's something to be respected. When your energy becomes rare, people naturally want to be near it. They feel alive around you, seen, awakened. And for some, that's scary, because it forces them to face parts of themselves they've ignored. It forces them to question who they are and what they really want. And that questioning often shows up as competition, jealousy, or confusion. But your job is not to add fuel to that fire. Your job is to bring clarity to it, to bring peace to it, to remind them, without saying much, that love and connection are not battles to be won. They are experiences to be shared by those ready for it. That means being selective. That means choosing people who bring you peace, not pressure, who add to your life without trying to control it, who don't just desire your energy, but understand it, respect it, match it. Because the truth is, your energy is sacred, and not everyone who wants access to it has done the work to be ready for it. It's not about who tries the hardest. It's about who aligns the deepest. It's not about who fights for you. It's about who sees you. The world around you is always reflecting something back to you. If you're constantly surrounded by conflict and tension, it's a sign to look inward. What part of you is still entertaining the chaos? What part of you is still unsure about who you are? Because when you truly know your worth, when you've really done the work, the energy around you will change. People will stop trying to prove themselves. They'll stop needing to be the loudest, the most impressive. They'll just show up honestly, and they'll feel safe doing so. That's when you'll see the difference. The women who used to try to win you with games will either elevate themselves or walk away. And the ones who remain, they'll be the ones who don't need to compete. They'll come with stillness, not noise, with depth, not drama, with clarity, not confusion. Because they're not just reacting to you, they're resonating with you. And you'll know the difference. It's not about turning away desire. It's about rising above the parts of it that don't serve you. The deeper your presence becomes, the fewer people will be able to meet you there. But the ones who can't will be the ones who matter. They won't want you because of how you look or how you make them feel in the moment. They'll want you because they recognize something rare in you. Something they don't want to possess, but something they want to honor, build with, and grow beside. That's where your true influence lies. Not in how many people desire you, but in how many lives are made better because of you. Not in how much attention you receive, but in how much peace you bring. You're not meant to create confusion. You're meant to bring alignment. You're not meant to be the center of a fight. You're meant to be the reason the fight ends. You're not here to be the most wanted man. You're here to be the most respected one. Your energy is powerful. It will always be felt. But how it is used is up to you. It can pull people into rivalry or pull them into reflection. It can spark drama or spark growth. The attention you receive is just the surface. What matters is the effect you leave behind. If someone leaves your space more grounded, more clear, more whole, that's power. If they leave confused, insecure, or desperate to compete, that's a sign something in you needs to realign. You're not the man you used to be. And because of that, you can't move the way you used to move. You've stepped into a level of presence that demands more responsibility, more intention, more wisdom. People will keep responding to it. They will feel things around you they can't explain. But you don't need to react to all of it. You just need to stay steady in who you are, to choose peace, to stay rooted, and to offer your energy only to those who are ready for it, not just hungry for it. That's what real strength looks like. It's not in how loudly the world reacts to you. It's in how quietly you remain centered while it does. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to chase anything. You are already enough. You are already seen. The right ones will feel it, and they won't fight for it. They'll simply meet you there, in that space of stillness, truth, and mutual respect. And that's when you'll know you've truly mastered your presence. Not because the world wanted you, but because you never needed it to. Some men let their ego control them. They enjoy attention, create tension, and feel powerful when many people want them. They think being desired means they're important, but you've moved beyond that. You've grown. You've realized that real value isn't in how many people chase you, but in how many people feel peace, strength, and clarity just by knowing you. Your worth is not about numbers. It's about depth. It's about the quiet change you bring to others just by being in their lives. You carry a different kind of energy now. You're no longer guided by impulse. You don't say yes to every offer. You don't move for everyone who reaches out. You choose carefully, not out of pride, but out of self-respect, because you know your energy is rare. It's powerful. It's not something to be used or consumed. It's something to be honored and protected. You've learned that not everyone who wants you is truly ready for you. Some people are drawn to your light without understanding how deep or intense that light really is. They're not ready to stand close to it. This is why you hold back, not to be cold, but to be wise. You know now that restraint is strength, that saying no is a form of self-care, that your time and attention are sacred. You don't want to be everywhere. You want to be meaningful somewhere. You don't want to be common. You want to be remembered. And not remembered for your looks or charm, but for the way you made someone feel more alive, more seen, more whole. People feel this in you. They're not used to it. They're used to being chased, to people performing for their approval. But you don't chase. You don't perform. You're not waiting to be chosen. You are already whole. You move from peace, not desperation. And that quiet peace draws people in more powerfully than anything else. It unsettles them, not in a bad way, but in a way that makes them pause. They can't explain why they feel the need to prove themselves to you, to earn their way into your life. But it's because they sense that what you carry is rare. You don't move unless it's aligned. You don't give your presence away freely. And that's why it stays with people. You may not say much. You may not stay long. But when you're gone, your energy lingers. You become a memory that feels like a turning point. You're not just someone they met. You're someone who made them see themselves differently, who awakened something they didn't know they had, who brought them closer to something real in a world full of noise. This is your power now, not just in being attractive, but in being transformative, in making people feel something deeper in helping them grow, not by force, but by presence. And because of that, you must ask yourself what you leave behind. Are you creating confusion or clarity? Are you leaving people empty or elevated? Are you stirring longing or offering growth? You don't want to be unforgettable for the wrong reasons. You want to be unforgettable because you were real, because you helped someone see a better version of themselves, because you walked with calm strength, and people felt that. You helped them become more honest, more grounded, more awake. That's the thread you leave behind now. A quiet, invisible connection that goes deeper than desire. One that doesn't fade with time. You've stopped chasing what isn't meant for you. You've stopped explaining yourself. You've stopped performing. You've started choosing yourself. And in doing that, you've become something rare. You're not here for everyone. You're here for the few who truly get it, who are ready, who are growing, just like you. You move in silence now. And yet, people still feel you more than those who make the most noise. This is what makes you unforgettable. You don't try to be seen. You simply are. You don't try to be remembered, but you are, deeply. You don't chase attention, and yet it finds you. Because the world can't ignore something real when it feels it. And that's who you are now. Not just someone people want, but someone they can't forget. Enters their life, but someone who changes it forever.
Have you ever had that quiet feeling deep in your chest that there's more to your life than what you see every day? That no matter how normal things look on the outside, there's something much bigger going on beneath the surface? Maybe you've never been able to fully explain it to anyone. Maybe it's something that's hard to put into words. But still, it's there. A sense that you're here for a reason that has nothing to do with just fitting in, chasing money, or following the crowd. You've probably always felt a little out of place, even in rooms full of people. You've noticed things others don't. You've cared deeply, even when it was easier not to. You've looked at situations and felt the truth of them in your body before you ever had the facts. You might have wondered why you carry so much, why your life seems to have more weight, more pain, more questions. But what if none of that is random? What if all of it has been leading you somewhere? What if you are not here just to live and die like everyone else, but to become someone who brings light into a world that desperately needs it? Maybe you've gone through things that felt unfair or too much to handle. Maybe you were abandoned, betrayed, ignored, or overlooked when you needed love the most. Maybe you lost things you thought you'd never lose, or watched dreams fall apart in your hands. But even in your darkest moments, something inside you never fully broke. Even when you didn't know how to keep going, somehow you still did. Even when no one saw your pain, you carried it quietly and kept showing up. That's not weakness. That's not failure. That is strength most people can't even imagine. You've walked through fire, and instead of letting it destroy you, you allowed it to refine you. You let the pain teach you. You let the grief stretch your heart. You let the silence bring you closer to your own truth. There's a reason your path has been different. There's a reason your heart feels things more deeply than others. You're not cursed. You're not lost. You've just been waking up to something that takes time to understand. When you've experienced loss, it wasn't because you were forgotten. It was because life was removing what wasn't meant to stay. When you were broken down, It wasn't the end of your story. It was the start of a deeper one. You've survived things that others would have crumbled under, and you've done it with a quiet strength that no one fully saw but you. And that strength, that steady, determined, painful growth, is what makes you who you are now. It's what makes you wise beyond your years, compassionate in ways you don't even realize, and clear about things other people still don't understand. You've earned your depth. You've earned your insight. You've earned your peace. And even though your life hasn't been easy, you've always had something inside you guiding you. You've had moments of knowing, sudden clarity, flashes of truth, feelings that led you away from the wrong path or toward the right one. Sometimes these moments come in silence, when no one is around. Sometimes they arrive in conversations or in dreams, but they are always real. You've known things you couldn't explain. You've felt answers before you had questions. And often, you've helped others without even knowing how or why. That's not luck. That's not imagination. That's part of the way you're wired. You have a deeper sense of awareness, one that tunes into people, places, and patterns that others miss. That awareness is a gift. It's what allows you to be a source of calm when everything around you is chaotic. It's what allows you to speak life into someone when they need it most. It's what allows you to step into the unknown and trust what you feel even when there's no proof yet. At some point, you started realizing how important your energy is. You stopped going to places that drained you. You stopped saying yes to people who only took from you. You stopped pretending to be okay when you weren't. And even though this made some people uncomfortable, you kept going. You began building boundaries, not from bitterness, but from clarity. You realized that not everyone deserves access to you. You learned that it's not your job to fix everyone. You discovered that your peace is precious. And little by little, you stopped apologizing for protecting it. You've probably walked away from people you loved because they were hurting you more than helping you. You've probably had to say goodbye to parts of your old life, even when you didn't want to. But each time you made those hard choices, you were choosing growth. You were choosing honesty. You were choosing yourself. And that matters more than you know. There may have been seasons where you were completely alone. Times when no one called. When you sat in silence wondering if anyone cared. And those moments hurt. They made you question your worth. They made you question your path. But now, when you look back, don't you see that those quiet, lonely times were when the biggest shifts happened inside you? Don't you see that the silence didn't destroy you? It helped you find yourself. Being alone forced you to listen to your own thoughts. It made you pay attention to what really matters. It gave you space to breathe and rebuild. And now you're no longer afraid of being alone. In fact, you often find comfort in it. You've learned that solitude is not emptiness. It's where the deepest part of you begins to speak. You are not someone who can live without meaning. You are not someone who can pretend things are okay when they're not. You need depth. You need truth. You need to know that what you're doing matters. And even if the world around you doesn't understand it, you can't ignore the pull in your heart that keeps guiding you forward. You're not drifting. You're not lost. You're following something within you that's older and wiser than you know. It might not come with a clear map. It might not always make sense to others, but it's real, and it's yours. You've walked away from things that looked good on paper, but didn't feel right in your soul. You've stayed true to your path, even when it cost you comfort, relationships, or approval. And that's not weakness, that's power. You've stopped chasing what the world says you need and started chasing what actually gives you life. That kind of direction is rare. It's not taught. It's remembered. And even when you try to ignore it, it keeps showing up. Every time you try to settle, it shakes you awake. Every time you try to fit in, it reminds you that you're not here to blend in. You're here to become who you truly are. Sometimes your dreams are so vivid, so powerful, they feel more real than anything else. Sometimes you wake up and can't shake what you saw. You don't always understand it right away, but something inside you knows it meant something. And maybe you've had dreams that gave you answers. Maybe they warned you. Maybe they encouraged you when you were about to give up. These dreams are not random. They are part of the way your inner self speaks to you. When the world is quiet and your thoughts are still, that's when the messages come. And you're learning to listen to them, to trust them, because over time, you've seen how accurate they can be. You've seen how they often reveal things you didn't yet know you needed. You've seen how they point you toward what's next, long before you get there. Through it all, you've become someone rare, someone strong, even when no one saw it. Someone wise, even if no one gave you credit. Someone who keeps going, even when the road is hard and the answers are far away. You've lived through pain that should have made you bitter, but instead it made you softer, kinder, deeper. You've learned how to let go without hating. You've learned how to forgive without forgetting your worth. You've learned how to stand alone without feeling less. And now, you carry something powerful within you, not because you asked for it, but because you were built for it. You don't need to be loud to be impactful. You don't need to be understood to be valuable. You don't need to be seen by everyone to be doing something meaningful. Everything you've been through has brought you here, to this moment, where you are no longer asking for permission to be who you are. You're just being it. And the more you allow yourself to walk in truth, the more you will see how much your life matters. Not because it looks perfect, but because it is real. You are not here to be like everyone else. You are here to be exactly who you are, fully and freely, without shrinking, without apologizing, without hiding. Let yourself trust the path that got you here. Let yourself believe in the quiet voice that still speaks when everything else falls away. Let yourself move forward, not with fear, but with the calm knowing that no matter how hard it's been, everything is working together to shape you into someone the world needs now more than ever. And even if no one ever says it, let this be your reminder. You are enough. You are becoming. You are right on time. Sometimes, when you're asleep and everything is quiet, something deeper begins to speak to you. Not with words, but through feelings, images, and dreams that seem to come from a place beyond everyday life. Maybe you've already noticed this. Maybe your dreams feel different from other people's. More emotional, more meaningful, more alive. Sometimes you wake up feeling like something has shifted inside you, even if you can't explain why. Sometimes you've had dreams that seem to predict what would happen, or you've sensed something about someone that later turned out to be true. That's not just coincidence. It's a quiet form of truth trying to reach you. Your dreams might hold memories that go beyond this life. You may have seen yourself in different times or roles: healer, leader, guide. These aren't just fantasies. They may be parts of your soul story that are still living inside you. Some people feel like they've lived more than one life, and they carry wisdom that can't be explained by age alone. Maybe that's you. Maybe you've always been sensitive, deeply intuitive, and able to pick up on things others didn't notice. You might have been told you were just imagining things, but you weren't. You were remembering something real, even if others couldn't understand it. People throughout history have experienced this kind of inner vision. Inventor Nikola Tesla said his ideas came to him in flashes, complete images that he would later build into real inventions. Harriet Tubman trusted her dreams to guide her through dangerous terrain as she led people to freedom. Her visions protected lives. These examples show that what we see in our dreams can be powerful and true, even when it doesn't make sense to others. You may also have received guidance in dreams, symbols, feelings, or warnings, and even the uncomfortable dreams, the ones that feel like nightmares, often carry truth too. They can show you what needs to change, heal, or be faced in your life. Your dreams don't have to be understood right away, but writing them down can help. You may begin to notice patterns. You may see that something you dreamed weeks ago shows up in your real life in a way you didn't expect. These are clues from your deeper self, helping you move forward, grow, and heal. And maybe it's not just dreams. Maybe you've noticed how people react around you. You walk into a room and things shift. People open up to you, sometimes without knowing why. Maybe your words bring comfort, or your presence brings peace. This isn't because you're trying to be anything special. It's because who you are naturally makes others feel safe. Your energy holds a kind of quiet strength. Your kindness is real, and people can feel it. You might not always realize the impact you've had, but it's there. Someone may still remember something you said years ago. You may have helped someone keep going just by showing up. And sometimes, without even knowing it, you've given people hope. That's what real influence looks like. It's not loud or flashy. It's steady. It speaks through action, through presence, through truth. You might have also noticed those strange little moments in life that feel perfectly timed. Maybe you thought of someone, and they called you. Maybe you kept seeing the same number, or hearing the same phrase over and over. Maybe a stranger said something that answered a question in your heart. These aren't just random moments. They're called synchronicities. They're signs that you're in alignment with something bigger. When you start to live in tune with your truth, life begins to echo that truth back to you. These moments are the universe gently showing you that you're on the right path. Many people have spoken about this. Paulo Coelho, author of The Alchemist, said when you follow your true path, life helps you. These small signs are part of how that help shows up, not with loud answers, but with soft confirmations that you're not alone. Underneath all of this, your dreams, your presence, these signs, is something even deeper, your personal connection to something greater. This connection isn't based on religion, rules, or rituals. It lives inside you. It's quiet and constant. You feel it when you trust your intuition. You feel it when peace shows up for no reason. You feel it when you're brave enough to follow what feels right, even if no one else understands. This connection is your strength. It helps you heal, speak, act, and love in ways that go beyond logic. Some people carry this connection with deep grace. Think of Mr. Rogers, who helped generations of children through kindness, honesty, and presence. His faith shaped his work, and in your own way, yours does too. Others may not know exactly what it is they feel around you, but they feel it. It calms storms. It brings light. It creates space for healing. You don't need to be perfect to carry this. You just need to be present. This connection helps you walk through life with quiet confidence. It doesn't mean life is easy. It means you are never walking through it alone. So tonight, as you lay down to rest, know that you are returning to that deep place inside yourself, the place where your truth lives, where your guidance comes from, where your peace begins. You don't need all the answers right now. You just need to stay open. Keep listening to your dreams. Keep noticing how people respond to your light. Keep paying attention to the little signs that say, you're on the right path. Everything you've lived, everything you've felt, everything you've learned, it all matters. Your life is unfolding with purpose, and you are already making a difference, whether you realize it or not.
What if the intense energy you've been feeling lately, the looks people give you, the strange pull in the air, the growing pressure inside you, isn't just a coincidence, but a sign that you're stepping into a more powerful version of yourself? You may not have the words to describe it, but you felt it. Something is changing, not just around you, but deep within you. It's like the world is leaning in, watching you more closely, sensing something different in your energy. You might notice how people stare longer than usual, how conversations seem to carry more weight, how your presence draws attention even when you say nothing. This isn't your imagination. Something is rising, and it's real. It's emotional, magnetic, unexplainable, yet undeniable. It's the kind of shift that doesn't come often. A wave of energy, especially the kind connected to creation, feeling depth, emotion, and magnetism, what many call feminine energy, is awakening inside you and around you. But this rise in energy comes with more than just attention. It comes with pressure. It brings questions. What are you supposed to do with all of this? Why now? What does it mean when people are drawn to you, when you feel more intense, more sensitive, more seen? Why does it suddenly feel like you're carrying more weight, more fire, more power than before? These aren't random experiences. You're being pulled into something deeper. You're being called into a stronger, clearer, more aligned version of yourself. But with that calling comes responsibility. The attention you're receiving isn't always about you personally. It's about the energy you now carry. It's about your growth, your presence, your light, your focus. Even if others can't explain it, they feel it. And even though they might not say it, they respond to it. But when energy rises this strongly, when people are pulled toward you, when you feel more alive and more noticed than usual, it can also be very easy to lose your center. It's easy to confuse attention with purpose. It's easy to fall into old patterns or new temptations. It's easy to chase the feeling instead of staying rooted in the truth of who you are. This is why discipline becomes so important. This is why your focus matters now more than ever. You're not here to be swayed by every look, every desire, every passing feeling. You're here to rise. And rising doesn't mean resisting everything you feel. It means learning how to hold your energy without letting it control you. It means learning how to carry your own intensity without turning it into chaos. It means learning to protect what you've built instead of throwing it away for a moment of attention. You might be practicing self-control in some area of your life, whether it's with your time, your energy, your body, or your thoughts. And right now, you're probably feeling that challenge more strongly than ever. You feel more attraction, more temptation, more energy pulling at you from every direction. But what you need to understand is that all of this isn't happening to punish you. It's happening to reveal your strength. It's happening to show you how far you've come. And it's happening to give you the chance to rise even higher. Because the energy you carry is not ordinary. It's rare. It's powerful. And it's deeply needed in a world that often moves too fast and feels too shallow. But this power needs to be handled with care. You have to be intentional with it. You have to protect it. You have to respect it. If you don't, you'll end up wasting it on people and places that don't deserve it. But if you learn how to guide it, how to use it, how to stay grounded in the middle of it, you'll unlock parts of yourself you didn't even know were there. This moment in your life is not about suppressing your feelings or pretending you don't want connection. It's about learning how to want those things in the right way, with the right people, for the right reasons. It's about choosing depth over distraction, purpose over pleasure, truth over temporary feelings. And that choice won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. There will be days when the attention feels heavy, when the temptation feels too strong, when you question yourself, your path, your progress. You may even slip, make mistakes, or feel like giving up. That's normal. Growth is not about never falling. It's about choosing to get up again. It's about choosing to come back to yourself, to your purpose, to your inner clarity. Every time you make that choice, you become stronger. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you protect what you've worked so hard to build. And every time you choose patience over reaction, peace over chaos, you become more powerful, not in a loud way, but in a quiet, steady, undeniable way. The energy inside you is not a curse. It's not something to fear. It's a gift, a mirror of everything you've worked for, a reflection of how much you've grown. And now it's asking you to treat it with respect, to use it wisely, to let it guide you into deeper purpose, not pull you into meaningless patterns. You've come too far to be distracted now. You've built too much to throw it away for things that don't align with your truth. You've risen through too much pain, silence, effort, and self-reflection to go backwards. This moment is asking you to remember who you are, to see your own worth, to trust the strength you've built, even when no one was watching. Because now, they are watching. Now, they're drawn in, not because of your image, but because of your energy. And how you handle that attention will shape everything that comes next. Let yourself feel the pull, but don't lose yourself in it. Let yourself be seen, but don't let others define your value. Let yourself be tempted, but choose what brings you peace, not what brings you drama. Because every time you choose the higher path, you grow. Every time you stay true to yourself, you rise. You are not here to be consumed by your own energy. You are here to guide it. You are here to use it to create, to connect, to build, to heal, to rise. You are not here to get lost in the attention of others. You are here to build something so real inside yourself that you don't need that attention to feel whole. And if you ever feel tired or overwhelmed, take a moment to breathe, to get quiet, to come back home to yourself. That's where your strength is. That's where your clarity lives. That's where the real answers are. This is not the end of your story. This is the part where everything starts to come together. This is the part where your self-control becomes wisdom, where your pain becomes purpose, where your energy becomes something you lead with, not something you fight against. Stay present, stay grounded, and keep rising. Because the world doesn't just need more people chasing attention. It needs people who know how to hold real power, quietly, confidently, with purpose. And that person is you. You may have noticed something shifting deep inside you. It's not always easy to explain, but it's real. It feels like something powerful is waking up in you, like an invisible force rising slowly, asking you to pay attention to who you are becoming. This energy inside you is not here by accident. It's not just a mood or a passing phase. It's the beginning of a bigger transformation, one that touches every part of your life. It's the part of you that wants to grow, to heal, to rise above old habits and past pain. It's calling you to take your life more seriously, not in a heavy or stressful way, but in a meaningful one. Because the person you're meant to be is no longer hiding inside you. They're starting to show. And now it's your job to meet them halfway. This rising energy you feel is powerful. It can help you create new things in your life. It can heal your pain. It can give you strength when everything around you feels uncertain. But to truly work with this energy, you need to treat it with care. This isn't something you use for short-term pleasure or empty attention. It's not about impressing people or trying to be more than others. This energy is sacred. It's meant to build something real in your life, something that lasts. And every time you choose to protect it, you get stronger. Every time you choose not to waste it, you move one step closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. But you'll be tested. There will be distractions that try to pull you off course. There will be people who don't understand what you're going through, and even moments when you don't understand it yourself. Some days the energy will feel too strong, too overwhelming, too much to handle. You'll doubt yourself. You'll wonder if you're making any progress at all. But the truth is, every time you face those doubts and keep going, you are building something unshakable inside you. You're proving to yourself that you are capable. You're learning how to stay steady when life feels unstable. And that is no small thing. This isn't a journey of perfection. It's not about always having the right answers or never making mistakes. It's about being present and being honest with yourself. It's about learning how to use your energy in a way that supports your growth instead of draining your strength. It's about choosing what brings you closer to your purpose, even when it's difficult. And it's about realizing that everything you need is already within you. You just have to keep reaching for it. As you grow, you'll start to notice changes in the way people respond to you. You might see more people being drawn to your presence, noticing something different in you. You may even start to receive attention you didn't expect, not because you're trying to get it, but because your energy is changing. When you protect your energy, when you stay focused on your purpose, when you stop chasing and start creating, the world around you notices. People may not always say it out loud, but they feel it. They sense your strength. They feel your clarity. They recognize that you're carrying something inside you that's rare, something solid, something real. This is a sign that you're stepping into a more powerful version of yourself. But it's also a reminder to stay focused. Don't get distracted by the noise around you. Don't start living for approval or chasing validation. The attraction, the attention, the admiration, it might feel nice, but that's not the goal. The goal is inner peace. The goal is purpose. The goal is becoming someone who feels proud of who they are when no one's watching. So stay grounded. Keep your focus, and don't be discouraged by how long it takes. Growth doesn't happen all at once. You're not going to feel powerful every day. Some days you'll feel exhausted. Some days you'll feel stuck. Some days you'll wonder if you're going backward. But you're not. Even your slow days count. Even your hard days are part of the journey. Nothing is wasted. Every time you choose to keep going, even when it's difficult, you are honoring your own becoming. It's easy to look around and feel like other people have it all figured out. It's easy to compare your progress to someone else's highlight reel. But this journey is yours, and it's not meant to look like anyone else's. You're growing at your own pace. You are healing in your own way, and your story is unfolding exactly how it needs to. Stop rushing the process. Stop beating yourself up for not being there yet. You are not behind. You are right where you need to be. This energy you feel is not just rising randomly. It's rising because you're ready. It's rising because you've already done more work than you realize. You've already let go of old pain. You've already said no to things that once pulled you down. You've already made sacrifices that other people didn't even notice. And now, this energy is responding to your readiness. It's not here to break you. It's here to build you. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. Every challenge, every delay, every test is showing you what you're made of. You don't need to avoid difficulty. You just need to face it with honesty and courage. Let it teach you. Let it show you what still needs healing. Let it remind you of how far you've come and how much further you can go. These moments are not here to crush you. They're here to strengthen your foundation, to show you how steady you can become when everything around you is shaking. This journey is not about controlling everything. It's about mastering your response. It's about being clear on who you are and what you're here to do. It's about learning how to hold your energy, your attention, and your emotions in a way that supports your highest self. You don't have to rush to the finish line. There is no finish line. This is about living every day with more awareness, more discipline, and more intention than the day before. When life feels loud and your mind feels pulled in 100 directions, remember to pause. Come back to yourself. Come back to your breath. Come back to the present moment, because that's where your real power lives. You don't have to figure everything out today. You just need to stay grounded, stay honest, and take the next right step. This path is not just about personal success. It's about becoming the kind of person who uplifts others just by being who they are. It's about creating a life that reflects your values and your inner strength. It's about becoming a source of calm in a chaotic world, a steady light in the middle of uncertainty. You were never meant to live small. You were never meant to hide your gifts. You are meant to grow, to shine, and to help others rise with you. Keep going, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Every challenge is shaping you. Every lesson is preparing you. And every step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your fullest self. Trust the process. Trust your progress. And most of all, trust yourself. You're not who you used to be. And that's a beautiful thing. You've grown. You've changed. You've healed. You've become stronger. And even on the days when you feel like you've barely moved, you've moved more than you know. You're not lost. You're on your way. And the best parts of your journey are still ahead of you. Keep rising.